Good morning. Here is a summary of the Captiva Community Panel emergency meeting on June 12th. The Captiva Community Panel, also referred to as CCP, met to discuss the Lee County agenda item which could change the height requirements and density on Captiva Island. At this point, the only people who seem to want this change are the owners of South Seas Resort and the Lee County Planning Department staff. The first interesting fact mentioned is that the host, Lisa, said they could not answer any questions about South Seas plans because South Seas has not shared any plans with them. A couple of months ago, I mentioned that CCP reprimanded the South Seas rep at the monthly meeting over the fact that he did not share the water park plans with the panel. He promised to do better in the future. Apparently, he does not keep his promises because South Seas is obviously planning something by skipping the board this time and going straight to the Lee County Planning Department without sharing any plans with CCP. The first issue is height restrictions. The current restrictions on Captiva is 28 feet above base flood elevation, which allows everyone to build 2 levels. The new proposed ordinances moves it to 35 feet, which would allow people to build 3 levels. Captiva's land development code also allows, density-wise, 3 hotel units per acre. The Lee County agenda item would allow South Seas an exemption from that density ordinance. South Seas would no longer have to follow Captiva code because Lee County would exempt them from Captiva's code. Captiva does not want this exemption for South Seas. Not only do they not want the height restrictions or density to change, the exemption would give South Seas an unfair advantage to other resorts on Captiva Island. The meeting was open to questions. One of the questions is incorporation an option to get Captiva the same protection as Sanibel? The response was that it is something that should be considered if the Lee County meeting on the 20th does not go as planned. Unfortunately, Sanibel's incorporation cannot be duplicated exactly because of Florida legislation that has happened since Sanibel was incorporated. One of the questions was, have they been in contact with Timbers? Rumor has it that condo owners have had several meetings with Timbers that did not go well. Timbers mentioned they want to have a parking garage with a building on top of that. So if that is true, that is totally against the Captiva plan. I personally cannot imagine a parking garage on Captiva. That sounds absolutely terrible. Another question was, how was this change initiated? David Mintz says, we know that South Seas has been meeting directly with Lee County commissioners. The lobby logs show who is lobbying various commissioners. David believes county staff has been meeting with South Seas representatives to push these requests through. The CCP would like all locals to attend the Lee County meeting on the 20th to show their support for the opposition of this ordinance change. You can also write to the 5 members of the Board of Commissioners explaining why they should vote no to this ordinance. We already know Commissioner Ruan will vote no, but the other 4 members are not clear on whether they support this ordinance or not. Thanks for listening.